to do a cream natural makeup, and for that I'm going to use a cream eyeshadow, which is kind of a natural colors. You can use all kinds of natural nudes, like more shimmery, more bronzy, more brown, or it's just natural nude colors. So for me, I'm chosen this kind of brownish taupe cream color. It's a little bit bronzy, but it's more brownish. I'm going to apply it with a brush that is quite flat for the cream colors. So just dab a fair amount of cream color on the brush, so the brush is wet with the color. And deposit it on. For this kind of makeup, you don't need any concealer or any foundation on your eye, because it's a cream color, so it's gonna blend into your eye anyway. You just deposit it on your eyelid. The natural cream eye shadows are made just to enhance the eye. It's not to really transform or anything. It's just to make to give it a little bit of a healthy, glowy look that you can wear even during the nighttime. Don't be afraid to put the cream eyeshadow on the eyelid. You can even draw it a little bit out if you want. Draw it out a little bit, because it's natural. It doesn't have like really defined look. If you feel like it, you don't have to. If you feel like it, you can even put a tiny bit under the eyes, just a tiny bit into the eyelashes. You apply your mascara. If your mascara smudges a little bit on your eye, it's not important. It's really like a greasy makeup, like a creamy eyeshadow makeup. It's gonna dissolve in your skin afterwards. Of course, it shouldn't be huge, the mistake, but if it happens a little bit, especially in the corner of the eye, it is not very wrong. Look down. I'm applying my mascara like this because this brush is a very sharp brush. It's very kind of pointed, and it doesn't have very it doesn't leave very long residue on your eyelashes. So you can even take it off a little bit in your pot and just apply with the point of your brush. If you think you've put too much mascara, you just pull your two fingers together and wipe it up at the ends. It's very easy to correct everything. There is no fatal mistake. Once you've done that, you apply your highlight, which is a cream I use, a creamy highlight, which is a kind of a white, beige color. You don't want it to be too white, more beige. And you apply it on the high of the cheekbone before applying your blush, and a little bit into the high parts of the eye. You don't want to apply it too much inside because it's just going to make it look weird. Just on the outside. Just on this part. It's like a V part. And blend it in. Turn around. The same here. Just on the V part. So when you turn, then you have like a natural glow here. Then I'm going to use on her a cream blush, which is a kind of a salmon, natural salmon color, just for the start. I'm going to use a brush that is quite thick and a little bit harder than the other brushes that I use for the solid blushes, because the cream otherwise just doesn't stick to the brush and it doesn't like stick to the skin. So you can use a little bit stronger, like harder brush for the cream blush. You dab a fair amount of the blush into your brush and then voila. Because it's cream, and especially when it's a very not too much greasy blush in a cream, because it's going to dissolve in your skin too fast. And you're going to have a hard time applying it. Just a sheer blush. Okay, look at me. Right. After you've done all this, you take a concealer brush. Now I'm going to use a larger concealer brush and flat, which can be used as well for the foundations. And I'm going to use this one because it's a cream makeup, and this one blends in more easily everything. It's a larger. Just start correcting what you think needs correcting. Soften the blush edges. Add some highlight, the same highlight we used for the cheeks. You can use for the eyes as well. It's a cream highlight. Add some highlight in the corner of the eyes. And under the eye, just in a V shape. A little bit on the arcade. For this, I'm going to use like a light natural peach gloss. It seems really, really colored in the pot, but actually when you put it on, it just gives a slight highlights. That's it. Again, you can use some concealer to correct if you've done something wrong with the gloss or whatever you think it's necessary. And just at the end, you take a smaller brush. It's quite not so soft, but small brush, and a little bit natural red blush, cream blush, sheer cream blush. And just to put it on the high of the cheekbones, just a tiny little bit. Take a little bit of powder with the brush for under the eye brush, smaller. And you powder under the eye and all the median zone, like a T-zone. Nose, around lips, forehead. Even you can go with a large, you can even go with a large brush for powder. Just dab a little bit of a powder into the large brush for powder onto your hands and just go a little bit over the blush so it fixes it, but it's still going to be transparent and the skin is going to still shine. This part, T-zone, is powdered. Brush the eyebrows and that's it.